The NAACP wants black athletes to boycott major college programs.
About
First of all,
that.
if your dreams and aspirations as a black athlete was to play at Ole Miss, I got some questions. No, because these schools are a business and they're making billions of dollars off of the
Yes.
back of you. So
Yes.
it's great. Now you got your money up, you're getting these NIL deals. You also have a voice. You start taking away their entertainment, you start taking away their release, because that's what sports is for a lot of people. It's their release, right, from the day-to-day lives. You take that away from them because you just don't want certain people to vote? All right, maybe I'm racist, but I ain't that racist where you're going to take away something that's important to me. That's when you can start to affect real change.
Unsolicited Perspectives podcast. Episode clip.
Jay, the NAACP did something, and I don't always agree with the NAACP. However, I do agree with this. So the NAACP wants black athletes to boycott major college programs. They launched a campaign called Out of Bounds.
That's cute.
Out of Bounds. Yeah, it's cute. Encouraging black athletes, recruits, alumni, fans, and donors to withhold support from public universities in several southern states. The organization says these states are rolling back black voting power through redistricting and voting rights changes. The campaign specifically targets the economic and cultural power of college athletics. So what the NAACP is asking people to do for high school recruits, don't commit to the targeted schools. For college athletes, consider transferring, speak publicly about voting right concerns, and use their platform for activism. For fans and alumni, stop buying tickets, stop purchasing merchandise, withhold donations and financial support, and encourage athletes and supporters to back HBCUs instead. Now, what states are being targeted? The states that are trying to roll back these voting rights. It is Texas, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, South Carolina, and Tennessee. The campaign focuses on states accused of weakening black voting representation after recent redistricting battles tied to changes in the Voting Rights Act enforcement. So, Jay, as I just read that to you, are you in agreement with me that, okay, NAACP, I see you? Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Okay. Tell me why. Tell me why.
Don't mess with these kids' education.
The kids can
Like,
go to other schools.
They can go to other schools, but especially for athletes, right? The dream, not all the time, but the dream a majority of the time is to go pro, right? And the states that they are targeting, it got all the top schools are in these states.
All the top football schools, yes.
Yeah. You are using them. It feels like almost like these students would be like cannon fodder, right? For a political fight that does concern them, certainly, but I don't see why they have to be on the front lines when we as the adults should be doing that.
But I think the adults are on the front lines.
Okay.
And I think SNCC, think about SNCC, like you go back to the 60s and it was the students that was true. Yeah, the students. It was a black student organization.
Because I only know Saturday Night on Nickelodeon.
No, it was a student black organization. John Lewis was a part of the group. I don't know how you don't know about it. It was a student black organization that was fighting for Voting Rights Act in the 60s. And it was all college students.
Okay, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee.
Yeah.
SCCC, or pronounced SNCC. Okay, got it.
I'd be like, you ain't know about that. See, that's the problem with American history right there.
See, here's the thing about youth-led activist organizations like that back in the 60s. They were youth-led.
Yeah. Well,
right? The young, especially when it comes to anything regarding civil rights, the young have always been the change agents, right? you got to remember, Malcolm was young. Martin was young. These were high school students and college students that were leading these sit-ins and protests and things like that. But it was their choice and their action. This is an organization coming in and telling them, do this. Like, your career, just forget about that. Right? Your dreams and aspirations about playing at Ole Miss, no, forget
Well,
about
first of
that.
all, if your dreams and aspirations as a black athlete was to play at Ole Miss, I got some questions.
Well, I mean, it's a top athletic school.
No, it isn't. Recently the football team has been good, but that's just like,
All right, if
that's
you
a Lane
want
Kiffin.
to beat Alabama and roll Tide, I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think to put them on the front lines, if they had decided on their own that we as students, we are not going to commit to these top schools. I don't want to even say top schools, like HBCUs aren't top schools, because they are.
You're talking about top athletic
programs,
revenue generating programs.
right? Where if you did say, I'm not going to the school, or you do start withholding donations and alumni dollars, all this stuff, that it would hurt the pockets of these institutions and a lot of very important people. Like, if they were saying, we're not going to participate, we're going to go to HBCUs, we're going to, funnel our black dollars into black colleges, then I would be completely fine with it. But an organization telling them that this is what they should do, I don't like.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but sometimes you got to tell the youth what's kind of important and how much power they actually have, right? Like what the NAACP is telling them is like, yo, you have a lot of power. Don't think, because these systems are built to tell these kids, you got power to choose where you want to go, and then once you here, we control everything. No, because these schools are a business and they're making billions of dollars off of the back of you. So it's great. Now you got your money up, you're getting these NIL deals. You also have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
You can also affect change. If you're so valuable that they're going to pay you $1 million a year, your mouth also has value.
Yes.
And so all they're doing is calling for it, like, hey, look, we could do this. This is how much power that you have. This is how you can affect change. You want to make a difference? This is what you could do. It's not saying you got to do it. It's saying, look, if we did this, we can affect real change. And you know what? They absolutely would, because Shane Gillis had a hilarious comedy routine talking about how white people used to be cool until Jackie Robinson started playing sports. He was like,
the Mercy.
Yeah, the Mercy. Yeah, that's a hilarious thing. Let them go back. Let them go back to the Mercy athletes. They don't want that.
No.
There's a reason why these leagues that start up that are pro leagues, but they're kind of minor leagues, don't really make it, because what good is actually. So if these athletes decide, because I think college football is made up of 65% black athletes, depending on which sport. Mm-hmm. If they say, no, we're not going to go here, we're going to go to the Carolinas, because North Carolina is not included in this. South Carolina is, but not North Carolina, right? So North Carolina, Duke, and you maybe even make an exception. There's a whole bunch of Northeastern schools that are popular. Didn't say anything about the West Coast, right? Yeah. All the California schools still could go to Arizona, right? Like, it still could go to the Illinois and the Michigans. We're talking about Alabama, Tennessee, South Carolina, Ole Miss, LSU hurts, Georgia,
LSU hurts,
Texas. Like, some of these schools hurt, but some of these schools need to feel that pain, because then, what people don't want? People will talk all the time like, I don't want to talk about politics. Keep your politics out of my sports, because they want to just be entertained. You start taking away their entertainment, You start taking away their release, because that's what sports is for a lot of people, is their release, right? From the day-to-day lives. You take that away from them because you just don't want certain people to vote. All right, maybe I'm racist, but I ain't that racist where you're going to take away something that's important to me. That's when you can start to affect real change.
Sure, but I'm also wondering, like, where's the through line from athletes, not going to these schools, alumni and fans no longer spending money at these schools, to legislative change? Are we just saying that it's
Money,
like rich people?
money,
Okay.
money, 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 money. Because there are schools that Tuscaloosa, ain't nothing in Tuscaloosa but Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
You take away the money that's generated from football.
The school.
The
Okay.
school, right.
Yes.
Not
Because
Alabama
I was like,
University. Okay.
okay.
Alabama University. You take away that revenue generating thing,
Mm-hmm.
the city crumbles. A lot of
Yeah.
times college towns are propped up because of the college.
Yes.
That money ain't coming in, and a lot of times these football programs are funding everything because
Yeah.
colleges are losing money.
Yeah.
Funding everything. Yeah, you start taking away some of that money. Yeah, that affects money affects political movements.
Yeah.
So I liked it. I think it's a great concept. I don't think they're forcing the kids anything. It's a suggestion, and it's telling the kids, hey, look, man, you are not a prisoner of this system. You got a voice. And the people of the 60s used to do it. When
Yeah.
Kareem was Lou Alcindor, he was speaking out on civil rights while he was at UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
Dean Smith, when he was the coach at North Carolina, I think he brought in the first black basketball player in the ACC. Like, sometimes it is sports that really bring about change because people love their sports.
They do. I know I do.
Join the conversation and follow the Unsolicited Perspectives podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your audio podcasts.